Hi guys, hi, welcome back to my channel. This is the mental wellness channel, Higgs. My name is Waihiga, aka Higgs, and I'm a recovering alcoholic. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for 900 subscribers. Oh my gosh, thank you so much. Thank you that we are growing in this family of ours, in this mental wellness recovery channel. I am so happy. Thank you so much for supporting and loving the content that I'm making. Thank you guys. Today I want to talk about a topic that is near and dear to me, and that is the dreams that I gave up for alcoholism, and just reflecting on what could have been, sort of in a sense, and also reclaiming those dreams. For the longest time, I would say that I wasn't the type of student that excelled much in various subjects. Like, I wasn't that student that got into class and just did well in mathematics, did well in English, did well in this and that. I had to put in a lot of effort because I wasn't naturally adept to subjects, or to grasping these subjects well. I had to put in a lot of effort. I naturally was not gifted in these subjects. I remember I had an interest in English, especially literature. I really liked history, and I really enjoyed biology. However, when I got to 14 years old, that's when there were auditions for drama. And I remember we had to have one class that was, where you did the arts. And I'd never really done drama, wasn't really, never knew much about it, but I decided to go on audition. And I remember I was so nervous, and I asked the girl next to me, I think her name was Ane Pinar. And I asked her, Ane, like, okay, so we have to do these two lines in a French accent. I've never heard of a French accent. I don't know how to do a French accent. I've never acted before in my life. And I asked her, how are we gonna recite those lines? And she just kept telling me, wherever there's an H, you just say, eh. I was like, eh? And she was like, yeah, just eh. So, hamburger. And I was like, oh, hamburger. And she was like, something like that. And so when the teacher came to me, Miss Duh, and she was quite critical of the whole class because she was very aware that people had dropped the very hard classes like accounting and higher maths to come and do this easy subjects called drama, and she was being very critical. And so when it came to my turn, she let me recite my two lines, and I did them, and then she poked her nose in the air and went, lovely. And then she moved on, and that's the first time in my life where I had ever done something off cuff like that and had just gotten it. And I remember just getting into character in these two lines in a French accent and just basically killing it. And that's when I realized, like, ooh, there's some potential here. Ooh, there's something here. And from the age of 14, I discovered my love for drama. And I completely fell in love with the genre. I fell in love with the subject, the theory of it all, getting into character, the different characters that I played along the years and along the way. I remember doing plays from, it was a play by Tennessee Williams, The Glass Menagerie or something like that. Very intense stuff, but also very enlightening stuff. And I remember just being so excited because I could finally play someone other than myself, because I was very uncomfortable in my own skin, which is why I loved drama, because I got to experience different facets of my personality through another character. And that's where my love for drama grew. I remember being 15, 16 years old, and I'd lock myself up in my room and I'd pretend to be Oprah Winfrey, and I would sit there and interview myself as Wahiga, and Oprah would be sitting there like, "Welcome the three nominated actress from Africa, Kenya, Nairobi, Wahiga Butera," and I would come out just yes, yes, like, and Oprah would ask me all these deep, in a very Oprah-ish voice, these deep introspective questions, and I'd just be like, growing up in Africa, this is what my journey was like, but I knew from a very young age that this was my career and I was born to act, and just being very charismatic and just being very me, because that's what acting and drama has always done to me. It's just letting me up. And Oprah to be asking me, so how does it feel to have an Academy Award, being the only second African woman to own one? And I'd be like, it feels good, girl. So I'd for hours I'd just escape into this fantasy world where I would actualize and visualize my future. And to me, an Oscar was just the pinnacle of my acting career. It was a progressive projection in terms of my acting career. And to me, an Oscar was very attainable in my mind. It was, you know. And so I literally wrote down since the age of 15. 15, I'm going to work at this drama thing and I'm going to work my hardest. And at the age of 18, I'm going to go to the University of Cape Town and I'm going to go study drama. And from there, I want to get onto MTV Sugar because I want to do that show. And then from there, I'm going to do Jacob's Cross. And then from there, I'm going to LA. And from there, LA, I'm going to work on my different movies or whatever. And by 27, I'm going to have an Oscar. I don't know how, but I just will. And I knew these were facts to me. And so these things started happening. These things started happening. At the age of 18, I matriculated in South Africa. I did very well in drama. I think I got 86% in theory and 96% in my practical, which was very high. I got into the University of Cape Town, which was very hard, being an international student and trying to get into drama. The University of Cape Town is the best university in Africa. So getting in was hard. It was hard work, but I got in. But that was not the path for me. So I decided to come back to Kenya. I went to USIU and I decided, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go to USIU. I'm going to do journalism, which is a kind of umbrella course in what I wanted to do anyway, because I'm very passionate about telling stories. And I'm very passionate about broadcast media. So why not do broadcast media and simultaneously pursue my career in acting? And I thought the hours at USIU were flexible enough that I could actually pursue a career in acting. And that's what I did. So I started auditioning, and it happens that at the time they were doing auditions for Sugar 2. And after many, many auditions, and after beating over 500 people, I finally got into the top 3 people. And then we had this whole internet thing where people had to vote for me and stuff. And I finally got the role as jockey for MTV-based Sugar 2 Love, Sex and Money. And I got the role. And I remember thinking, my gosh, my dreams are finally coming true. I remember Lupita Nyong'o was directing. She debuted as a director, I think, in Sugar 2. And I met her a couple of times. I met her at the auditions, and I also met her when we were shooting. And I got to work with some amazing directors. And it felt very professional working at that MTV base set. It was very professional. And I felt like, oh my gosh, my dreams are coming true at the age of 19. My dreams are actually starting to happen, you know? And, as far as I could see, it was happening. And then my paths crossed with alcohol. And this is when the drinking started becoming, it started moving from more social drinking to more problematic drinking, where the drinking is kind of getting in between my schooling and my acting. And after Sugar, I felt great, like, wow, maybe there are other opportunities that can come after this. And sure enough, they were. I did comedy club, and I met some other great actors there. And then after that, I did a show called Maisha. And from that show is when things started going downhill in terms of my relationship with alcohol. That was around 2013. And that's the first time that I gave up my acting career for alcohol. Yeah, and after I did that, the next thing I did was I gave up school for alcohol. And I just didn't go back. In my mind, the acting, school, having to be at places, having to show up, it looked like it was becoming a hindrance to my drinking. And these are things that I have wanted and wished for and longed for years, since I was 15 years old. But the second that it threatened my drinking and how I could drink, it had to go. And that is the power of alcoholism. You having a dream from the age of 15 years old can be snuffed out like this because it gets in the way of your drinking. So that's what happened to me, and I'm not in no way, shape, or form blaming anybody. This is my L. This is my loss. And these are the things and the consequences that I have had to deal with because of my addiction to alcohol. And so in 2013, I gave up alcohol. I gave up my acting career for alcohol. And yeah, I chose the bottle. I chose the bottle over my dreams. And I took my acting career and my dreams and all those reenactments and the dreams I used to have about meeting Oprah Winfrey and holding my statue. I actually had an Oscar speech ready. I knew what my Oscar gown was gonna be. I had it all in my mind. I took all those dreams and just put it into a box, put it into my mind, and just blacked it out. And said, I'm never going there again. It's dead. It's over. It's me and my drink. Getting sober in 2017, those were some of the things that I had to reconcile with. That I myself killed my dream, right? I myself killed my dream, and somehow I have to reconcile with that. It took me 3 years to start watching movies again because of how bitter and how painful it was to watch people like Lupita or Marilyn Streep, women who are in their acting prime and who are killing the arts, who are in their element, really just killing movies. And for me to watch that and be like, that could have, should have, would have been me if I had only stopped drinking. It was so painful. I literally only started watching movies the beginning of last year. So I've had to do a lot of coming to terms with myself about that and forgiving myself and saying, you know what, maybe that chapter really isn't closed. To be honest, I've been extremely petrified to go back into the acting world, to put myself out there like that again. Whenever someone has said, then you should go for auditions again, or you definitely will get that Oscar one day, it's like, but do you know the work, the internal work, or the rejection that comes with it? Am I ready for that? I don't know if I'm ready for that, to be honest with you. But what I do know is that I still feel something. I feel something whenever I see a great performance. I feel something when I'm blown away by a riveting performance. I act all day, every day. I feel something in my bones. It enlightens me. Acting just gives me that light and hope in my eyes that 15-year-old girl used to have. I don't know if my journey in acting will be the traditional way. I don't know if I will have to go back to auditions and book a TV show and book a movie or do this and do that. I don't know if it's going to be that way. But what I do know is I have a passion for the arts and I can act my butt off. And I love it. Till this day, I love it. I breathe it. That I can't hide the fact that whenever I talk about drama and acting, or whenever I'm talking about character analysis, my eyes light up and I get animated. Or when I'm reenacting a scene, I can't help but get into character or switch an accent, because drama is part of who I am. It just is in me. And it's something that I have tried to kill. It's something that my addiction has tried to kill. It's something alcoholism tried to take away from me. But it just can't be tamed. So this video is basically to any of you who are struggling with reclaiming your dreams. I know I feel guilty all the time. Whenever I sit down and I'm watching motivational videos, or I'm watching people live out their dreams, their true authentic selves. And I'm like, damn, man, I wish I could live out who I truly, fully am, or who I feel like I am inside. But it's just too painful. I can't open that door again. Because I don't know. Can I trust myself? Will my ego blow up? Will my ego blow up too much that I won't be able to remain humble and teachable? Because to stay sober, I have to remain humble and teachable. I have to be able to listen. Am I the type of person who will blow up and develop this huge ego and won't care? Because if I won't care, I lose everything. But basically, this is just to tell you that I'm still figuring it out. I don't know what will happen. All I know is I have the passion and drive and love, absolute love for drama and theater and acting. I also love authenticity and telling my story. And I don't know how all of this will be intertwined. I don't know how all of this will come to be. But I just want to give you hope. If you're like me, if you've been so traumatized by not reaching your dreams that you just put it in a box and killed it and said, you know what, I'm just gonna be a normal human being and do the right thing and just be. I urge you to just go back into that box and face your dreams. Dare to dream with me. Just dare to dream with me. Thank you for watching my video. Thank you so much. Please subscribe. Please share this video with your friends and your family. And just continue supporting me. Continue sharing and liking and watching. And thank you so much, guys. We have come so far. 900 subscribers. Amazing.